2020 Formula Drift season, this is completely different than any other competition season we have ever seen. Obviously with everything that's going on in the world, they've been basically doing like back-to-back rounds. So round 1 and 2 are Saturday and Sunday in one event. It is wild, and it's really given us some crazy driving. Insane stuff's happened throughout the year. Well, let's start off with round 1, kind of some of the top 5 moments.
But a gap already created out of the gate in that.
So we got field leading, Hughes in the back, LS up front, 2JZ behind. We got GITTIN now, Corvette versus BMW. Super clean by field, a little bobble on the wall there. And then Hughes slams into him. So I think, let's watch it again, but I think what happened there was it looks like field had this little bobble here, and then coming up the bank, if you notice his car, it kind of jumps up. So what's interesting on these Formula Drift tracks where we're going on and off banks is as the car comes up or goes down, it can really disrupt what's going on with the car. And I think that kind of caused field to get disrupted, and then Hughes was on a slightly inner line, and it's a little bit smoother there. It's harsher basically as you go further back on that track specifically. And so he was able to kind of come up smooth, and that just caused contact. But they ran with it, and that's what we like to see. So that was honestly good on both their parts. Stay in it. So this is, we got Dai versus BAKCHIS. BAKCHIS is an animal in the chase. This is someone, especially if you guys are learning how to drift, watch what Odie does. Watch how he chases. He's one of the best chasers in the game, not just from the drift, like worldwide, honestly. See how you can just kind of come in that pocket? The other thing that's Dai is doing that I want to show you guys, Dai is one of the smoothest, most consistent drivers, honestly, in the world too. Like, if you're following him, you know he's going to be in the right spot every time. His car's going to be smooth, and that is what allows a good chase, right? A good lead allows a good chase. So you have Dai in the front, who always puts down amazing front lead runs, and then you have Odie behind, which is an insane chase driver. I mean, this is a hell of a run on both their parts. Odie could have been a little closer. I'm not sure if he wasn't trusting him on there. That's usually not like him. He's honestly even closer, as I'm sure we'll see in some other clips. So FORSBERG versus AASBO. Savage entry by AASBO. He was right on him. AASBO takes a lot of risks. He's been taking a lot of risks this season by entering that side to side. So if you guys have been Formula Drift viewers for a while, they changed it to where they really want to see you entering from behind the other car. So rather than starting side to side and going this, like that, they want to see you like this and allow this guy to swing. You can still enter like this if you want, but it's a gamble because if this guy swings, he could potentially hit you. And if he hits you, it's your fault because you're supposed to be behind. So AASBO gambles, but it paid off here. Surprised himself there and had to kind of get off throttle and maybe even hit the brakes there. I didn't see a brake touch, but luckily here he kind of gets back in it. So that's interesting actually. I've watched some of these runs before, like live, and FORSBERG, did he hit him there? No, so FORSBERG actually messed up there, and that saved AASBO. So I'm gonna watch it through instead of such stop and pause so I can show you guys, see if you guys see it.
FORSBERG throws it down. Frederick Osbo mimicking.
So they're coming around.
That early transition by Frederick Osbo. Chris FORSBERG with a wide swing.
See, FORSBERG was offline there and that slowed him down, but that saved AASBO. That's why AASBO was able to maintain this proximity. So it's crazy, like the smallest mistakes can save you or hurt you. It's wild. Alright, so this is final battle. Now Odie's in the chase. This is gonna be sick. And Chelsea's gonna send it in the front. Massive entry on there. A little bit, like, I mean, honestly, no, that was really good. Like, that back tire was right on the edge of the track, which is ideal. It just shaved his bumper off. So, I mean, he's doing what he should be doing there. Yeah, it's barely off, but it's so good. Look at the transfer on that. Odie, again, can trust Chelsea. Chelsea is someone who's more of an aggressive driver and maybe takes a little bit more risk, so sometimes you got to be careful, which maybe that's what we saw right here again on the same corner. Like, you see Odie, he's unsure here, I think. Let's watch it. No, he got the cone stuck under the wheel, so, or rather like in the front suspension basically, so that locked him up. That's a freaking bummer. And honestly, that's not how you want to win, right? Because that probably would have gone one more time between these two runs, but you can't really help it. Cone got in there, and it is what it is. So
the transition from 3.
Congrats to those guys there. That was beautiful. So this is Field in the chase, Denofa up front. Field, another great driver, super savage car. He is on him, and I love that he's on that same line too. If you guys notice, he's not, I'm gonna pause it for a sec, he's not cheating. It's not, I shouldn't call it cheating because we all do it when we have to, but he's on the exact same line, right, with that proximity. So he has his car here, not necessarily up there. If you're up here, you're actually on a tighter line, right? And so that's beautifully done there. And then there's the gamble. That was what we were just talking about. That's the gamble, right? Like, we just talked about it. Denofa whips it hard at the end there. That's why this track is so hard. And Field took the gamble. Through the smoke, he's like, I'm gonna trust he's in the right spot. He was in the right spot. I think Field maybe just overcooked it a little bit. I don't think he got lost in the smoke. I think it just overcooked it, and it's a gamble, right? Because you're blind. So Denofa got away with that one. That was good work though, Field, honestly. That's really tough there. All right, so now we're in Seattle, and we got PAWLAK in the front, Field in the back. It's tough. I mean, PAWLAK's car is so fast. Like, Field's car is very fast as well, and just bumped him there. You hate to see that. But off the start is interesting. Like, let's back up. I want to see kind of what happened here. So it looks like Field almost early initiated there, and he almost bumps PAWLAK right on the entry, and that just set him on this lower line. I mean, it's barely lower, but like there, coming off the bank, like the last part of the bank, PAWLAK is so far up on it with like max angle. That's really good. And that was just a little bump. I mean, that crap happens. Like, Field's getting aggressive. He knew, like, going in there, he knew with being lower on the bank and being back a little bit, and then that wonky kind of entry, he knew he needed to give it his all on like the second half of the run. So he was just trying to be as close as possible, and just bumped him. So that stuff happens. I mean, that's part of the game. Okay, so this is finals. Odie leading, Denofa in the back. Beautiful initiation on both guys. They're on the same line. That was a sick transfer. Like, I didn't actually notice that watching it the first time, but Denofa is like right on his bumper there. That is beautiful. Still on the same line, not coming up on him at all. They're both full throttle through here. Let's see what he does, how he takes his corner. So that's what's awesome about, I'm gonna pause it here, that's what's awesome with Odie is he's very consistent, kind of like Dye or some of those guys where you know he's gonna lay down a great qualifying run, a great lead run. You can take that gamble on that transfer, because I see that's where a lot of the carnage is on that transfer. And so Denofa knew that was gonna pan out, and he knew to win this, he needs to trust Odie. And so he trusted him, and it worked out beautifully. Transfer around, right back in the pocket, on throttle, right on him, pushes him up the bank. It's so good. So now we got PAWLAK in the front, getting in the rear. If you guys watch this, you know what's gonna happen. These guys are both in Mustangs. One's supercharged, one's NA with nitrous, both super high powered, super gripped up, savage drivers. I mean, this is already looking to be a great run. And so there, oh my gosh. Such a mess. So coming off the bank, let's go back to coming off the bank. We're all good, but through this like power rally or whatever they call it, PAWLAK throws, it's too much angle there. He's past 90, that slows him down and puts him offline. Gittin saw that is technically an opportunity to pass, and so Gittin saw that and tried to take advantage of it, and then PAWLAK just basically didn't let him because he was back online pretty soon there. So that's a rough one. I know they had a really rough call with that, but I mean, that's fun to me. Like, that's freaking Robin's racing, right? I hope this kind of helps you guys see what's going on from another pro driver's perspective. If you guys like this video, comment below, let us know what you liked, didn't like, and I'm enjoying watching this Formula Drift season. I'm hoping we're back out there soon, but stay tuned, guys. We'll see you in a couple days. Peace.